What's up, YouTube? This is Game on Cloud 9 with a response video to ForneverWorld on his video of who is Tobi. And I'm just going to have to say that I have to somewhat agree with him as far as I think that Tobi, there is at least a high chance of him being part of the Uzumaki clan or Senju clan. But then I also think that there is still, a good chance for him to be part of the Uchiha clan. And the reason being, I don't think he's Izuna, nor do I think he's Obito or Shisui. But if anybody remembers in one of Danzo's flashbacks, there was a guy named Kagami Uchiha, and the thing is with Kagami Uchiha, he's the only one out of that particular team that we really don't see or know much about. I mean, we don't know much about the Akamichi that was on that same team, but I mean, what I mean by that is like Donzo, I think Tobi. There was two elders. Of course, we don't know much about them. I guess there's a lot of people we don't really know much about. But I mean, I'm like we've seen a lot of the other people in other flashbacks or in the present timeline, like that were right before. I mean, during the first Shinobi World War and Donzo's flashback. Like, okay, we've seen the Akamichi elder, or I think he was in the nine-tailed. He was in the nine-tailed fox attack flashback that we saw. That Kushina gave or whatnot. Like, so we've seen him helping the third Okage push the nine tails out of the village, but Kagami wasn't there. I mean, there was also the two other elders, but Kagami wasn't there. We didn't see him. And the thing is, if anybody notices about Tobi, is that Tobi seemed to know Danzo. I mean, it wasn't his first brush with Danzo. I mean, when he confronted his subordinates, he had said that he hadn't seen him since the Uchiha incident. Which really, I think that's a big hint right there. Like, okay, he hadn't seen him since the Uchiha incident. He played a part. I think even Itachi said that he has played a part in it. So in Kagami, one thing about, I mean, not Kagami, but Tobi, one thing about him is that we know he can't be. He's not. I don't think he's Obito at all, because Obito. I mean, that would have been too quick for him to have come back and been as strong as he was, because I think only a couple years later he attacked. It had only been a couple years since he attacked the fourth Okage, when he attacked him, at least, because the war. I mean, I'm not sure the exact timeline, but it didn't seem like Kakashi got much older, nor did the fourth look that much older than he was, and I doubt he would have that big of a grudge against the village. I don't think he would have much of a motive, but as far as Kagami goes, I mean, he's mysterious. We don't know anything really about him, and he's the only elder that we haven't seen. He knows Danzo. Then I'm thinking that I think he could really, really be it. As far as who is the who is Tobi. I mean, he also has similar ideals to Danzo. If you guys ever think about it, like the thing is with Kagami, besides, I mean, not Kagami, the thing about Tobi, that he wants to be complete, and he also had the idea of using the DNA, like the first Okage's DNA, and I guess an Uchiha's DNA, and like, cause he's not Madara, obviously, and the thing is with that, we also know that Danzo was doing the same thing. He took the DNA of the first Hokage, and he took the DNA from an Uchiha. So I'm really thinking that, okay, they have different, they, have similar plans. They both, wanted peace. I mean, even though Tobi's peace is a little bit different. I mean, I wouldn't really call it peace. He just wants to control everything. But, I'm kind of thinking that, they just, I mean, a lot of people used to compare, Danzo and Tobi, and talk about, they thought that Danzo was Tobi and Tobi was Danzo a while back. I mean, this is really far back, but this is before Danzo really showed who he was, and he died and all that. But I'm thinking that they know each other, similar ideals. I'm like, and then Kagami Uchiha, was around during the first war, the Shinobi World War, so he would be able to know about a lot of stuff about the first Hokage, and know a lot of stuff about Madara. So it wouldn't be like wouldn't be, he would be too young or something to know much. So I'm thinking that there's really a high chance for it to be him. I mean, I can't see really any other people, even though I think that it could be an Uzumaki or it could be a Senju. But the thing is, there. I mean, what Senju or Uzumaki could it be? Because there's not like, we know a lot about them. It's not like, well, there's a lot of Senjus that have been talked about besides the first Okage and second Okage. Unless you count Tsunade as one, but you know, there's not much, known about them to be able to, pick out a certain person, from the clan, from either one of those clans. But we know enough about the Uchihas to I guess you could say at least pick people. So yeah, I'm thinking it's Kagami. That's my idea. But thanks for watching this video and see you later.